There were a few comments asking about pickups, string gauges, and things like that, so I thought I'd go over what makes a great setup for math rock and Midwest emo guitar, and just a good setup in general. As with every setup, there are advantages and compromises. Let's go over string gauges, action, pickups, and more. Using a free string gauge calculator like on D'Addario's website to check the tension of any string or tuning with different gauges is very useful. 16 to 20 pounds of tension is normal on any given tuned string. Consider the tuning you'll be using, if you'll be doing things like bends, how stiff or slinky of a feel you want on your strings, and the amount of tension on the neck. The calculator is especially useful in checking the tension of a particular string set for an alternate tuning and comparing it to the tension of standard tuning for reference. You can usually find sets that work with alternate tunings, but you can also put together a custom set if you like to experiment like I do. Now, before you check the action, you should always check the relief of your neck by placing a capo at the first fret like this, and then pressing down at the last. Check the gap between the bottom of the string and around the 9th fret. I prefer the neck to be as straight as possible for my playing style, and that means very little relief. Assuming all your frets are level, as long as there is a gap, no matter how small, when you tap the 9th fret, with the last one depressed, on any string, that means there is some relief and your neck isn't bowing backwards. A quick look at the Ibanez factory specs shows this is how they send their guitars out. And a detailed look at how some notable players have their guitars set up can be found on Stu Mack's website. I'll leave a link in the description. It's good practice to keep the bridge saddles and nut lubricated between string changes to minimize breakage and stay in tune. This can be done easily with a bit of pencil dust in the nut slots, or a bit of lip balm or Vaseline. Low action has a lot to do with making the guitar playing easier for techniques like tapping and fingerpicking, but so does your touch. A good balance between the two will yield the best results. What I mean by this is the lower your action, the lighter your touch needs to be to avoid excessive buzzing. What I consider as low action is anything lower than 4/64 on the high strings and 5/64 on the low strings. The fretwork has a lot to do with how low you can set the action without excessive buzzing. But remember, sometimes a little buzzing is a trade-off if you can get down to, say, 2 or 3/64, but it's tolerable as long as it doesn't come through your amp. A string action setup gauge like this one is very useful for dialing in your action precisely. Or you can use a ruler like this one that displays 64ths and 30 seconds, or a ruler with millimeters. Another thing to consider is if the action is too low, the string has less room to vibrate and it can negatively affect the expressiveness in your playing. Ultimately, you know when your action is good when you don't have to push down too hard with tapping or fretting, just firmly and accurately behind the fret. The height of your pickups is often overlooked, but it can definitely affect your guitar's output to the amp as well as cause buzzing if they are too close to the strings in the case of hotter pickups with high output. Finding your pickup sweet spot is arguably more important than the pickups you're using themselves. A general rule of thumb is to have the treble side on the bridge pickup the closest and the neck pickup on the bass side the furthest. But we're talking in fractions of an inch, so it's best to start here and then experiment by raising or lowering to taste. As far as the pickups you use, obviously the go-to in this genre is single coil for that twinkly, sparkly sound, but you can achieve similar sounds or your own sounds by using an EQ pedal to shape the tone of your pickups before it hits the amp. If you have humbuckers, you can scoop out some of the mid-range to effectively lower the output of the pickups and emulate single coils. A lot of guitars nowadays with humbuckers have a built-in coil split feature to disable one coil of a humbucker to sound like a single coil. But it's worth looking into this mod on your guitar if you like to learn basic soldering and you don't mind looking at a wiring diagram or schematic. Most modern humbuckers have multiple leads for this feature, and you just need a switch or a push-pull pot to install it. Also, a growing number of players in this genre are turning to active pickups, which have advantages like no loss of high end on long cable runs due to the onboard preamp, low magnetic field so you can get them closer to the strings without buzzing issues, and solderless install, and a wide spectrum of distinct voicings. Setting up transparent compression to level out the volume between tap notes and strum chords, plus dialing in your amp to prioritize headroom over distortion to keep things from getting too muddy is important. I go over some of this in my Midwest Emo Tone Guide video if you're interested. I'll leave a link in the description. A fret wrap like this can be used to dampen the strings to eliminate unwanted resonance and overtones when you're doing things like tapping. This is just a homemade one. It's also worth it to experiment with different pick material to match the desired attack you want on the strings to fingerstyle passages. Some final things to consider are the string action at the nut, in which case it's best not to go taking material off the nut if you don't have experience here because it can cause even more issues. If the strings at the nut are too high, it can be difficult to intonate your guitar and fret chords up the neck. If they're too low at the nut, it can cause bad buzzing. You can figure out if your guitar is in a good range by pressing on this side of the second fret and checking the gap between the bottom of the string and the first fret by tapping down here. A very small gap here is often the desired height by most players. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you found it helpful, you can leave a like to help my channel, comment with any suggestions, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. See you in the next video.